going on, people? It's your boy GKONG. I'm chilling with Boats Media. Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Drew Pearson. We bring you this special radio television broadcast.
So basically, my testimony. High school's crazy, as you guys know. And I went through a lot of crazy things. And the summer before my senior year, I had this girlfriend, and we went through this whole mess, you know. And basically, I told God at the time, I was like, I know I really don't know you, but if you make things go right, I'll dedicate my life to you. And lo and behold, everything went smooth, you know. I remember going and asking my mom for if we had a Bible in the house, and she was like, yeah, there's one in the closet. And I remember going in the closet, and there's a giant Bible. It was like 1980s, you know what I mean? Dust on it like this thick. And I put it on my desk and started flipping through it. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew I wanted to read it because God saved me from my situation. But I really didn't understand what I was reading. So day by day passes, and I just stopped reading less and less and just sat there on my dresser. And the whole summer I just would look at it. And it always called to me, but the Bible the one I had was in King James. So I had no clue what was going on with it. So eventually that just went right into my closet, you know. High school came back around, summer's over, and I re-linked up with my boy named Chris. And I didn't know he was Christian, but he really just like poured into my life without me knowing that, you know, he followed Jesus. And by just, you know, hanging out day by day, we became like amazing friends, you know. And he talked to me about this youth group that he goes to, and boom, a light bulb popped off in my head. And I asked him, I was like, yo, can I go? And he's like, of course you can go, you know. He was like, he had this face on him like, you know, wow, I wasn't expecting you to ask like that so quick. And the third time I went, I dedicated my life to Jesus, and here we are, you know. So I started rapping actually. In the 7th grade, I met this kid named Kevin. We became really good friends in 7th grade. 8th grade hit, we were still chilling and everything. 9th grade hits, his dad built his B studio in the house. Like nothing I've ever seen before. He got a huge like iMac, full switchboard, like, you know, amps and speakers and keyboards, like wow, like man dropped dope. And we recorded our first song at his house, and actually a couple months ago I just re-listened to it. Whack. You know, I can't believe like that came from me. And then, you know, I got saved, and then I already knew like that was my calling in life, just to do my music for Jesus. I linked up with this boy named G-Rain at this coffee shop ministry I started with my boy Robert, and it's called Night on the Crown, and it's basically an urban ministry night where we have artists come over and they rap for Jesus. You know, we got Christian music going down, and it's just a good fellowship to keep the kids and everything off the streets. Actually we met these dudes, G-Rain and The Bridge, and we had them come over to do a show, and I was performing that night, and we just linked up, we hit it off really well, and lo and behold, they had this movement called Taking the City that they were just starting. So they got in contact with me, and we just started rolling together. And we had a few months ago this big bash called the Taking the City Bash. We're talking over 500 to 600 kids were there, and we all just like rocked the stage, and it was just dope to see God use us, you know, for the youth. And you know, cause like, who are we? You know, I'm nobody special, you know. And for God to use me was just a blessing. So basically, the ministry behind the music is just a tool I use, you know. I'm a youth leader at my church. I love my kids. Shout out to C3S, you know, and I tell my kids all the time, you know, I may not have all the answers. If you ask me a question, I will find it for you, and I will help you out to the best of my abilities, you know, because we are called to minister, you know. So, yeah.
Oh, snap. That sucks.
That sucks.
Dang.
So, basically, a lot of people want to know what GKONG stands for, you know? It's not one word, it's actually G space Kong, you feel me? And, you know, as many of you may not know, my name's Gianni, you know, and so basically it stands for Gianni's knowledge on God. You feel me? So, yeah, man, I got that name actually. My dad actually out of nowhere started calling me Kong. Yeah, and I just kind of stuck with that before I was actually Christian. I got Kong as a name, and then I was like, well, if I'm gonna keep the name, then why don't I have it mean something? So yeah, actually, right now I'm working on a mixtape right now. I'm wrestling with some names. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna call it yet. But actually, I'm working on a project right now, and it's called Taking Over. And basically, I'm gonna have that as the anthem for the Taking the City movement, and that song's gonna be dope. I'll tell you what, simply dope. Remember that? Remember Simply Dope, because that's gonna come. That's coming real soon. I'll be rocking it in my music videos. You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can catch up with me at facebook.com/IamGKONG. You can catch me at Twitter at twitter.com/IamGKONG. You can get me on Instagram at IamGKONG. You can get me at YouTube at, actually, it's Kong095. I had to switch it up a little bit. But yeah, you can get me at all those links. And you know, hit me up, man. I actually run my Facebook, so if you want a friend request me, it'll be me accepting you. You know, if you want to send me a message, it'll be actually me reading it and replying. So I love to connect with people, and I love to build relationships and everything like that. So don't be afraid. Hit me up. I love to connect with y'all. Love. So I want shout outs to Boats Media, based on a true savior. They do everything, man, from videos to interviews, to photography, anything, man. So if you guys need anything, hit them up. I'm pretty sure that on this link that you're watching this video, man, I'm pretty sure you can get in contact with them, man. So much love to my boys, man, at Boats Media 1.